Hey, put me on, man.
Put me on.
Cereal, right? If it's Cocoa Puffs, you can't pour it in there. They put Mozart in there, the law of mathematics, and they used to call it cushion. Like, it's not cushion, just Jack, bro. But they're trying to figure out their language. I'm with her, I'm like, damn.
I don't think they have a language.
Everything does. Dolphins, whales,
I
everything.
disagree.
Okay, remember they already studied dolphins communicate.
Communicate.
No, they have their telekinesis where they send out radars to know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's also tell other dolphins to come over here, I need help through the water.
Right.
Okay, and then dolphins also have a form of talk they use out their mouth. They have a talk that they already been studying that. Most animals that can study, they made communication off animals talk. They have a language. Just because he's not in English or in one of our human dialects doesn't mean they don't have a language. All of them, the fucking monkeys, this has been studied. You can Google fact what animals have their own language, their own vocal language. There's probably 200-300 of them. So I'm trying to study why they do that. It's so silly. I can't even remember it. And there's no difference. There's no difference. One sporadically we do it, then one sporadically we do it over here, then one sporadically. They weren't talking in groups to each other, and then there's always one over here trying to have sex, and one over here. So it was so bold, so dull, and I'm trying to find life in it. I said, this can't be true. They can't just be this docile. So I'm telling her this, and then people, I'm mimicking the things that people are looking at me, but they know I'm really serious and shit on my shit. So now I'm studying these sea lions. I become a researcher that fast, right? Then I said, okay, how do they do it when they're looking for aliens and they send out, they have a disc in space right now that they sent Mozart, because everything's math in the world. Everything's binary, zeros and ones. Everything, this phone's committed by math, the microphone's committed by 0 and 1s, your TV, everything is run off of zeros and ones. Combinations are zeros and ones. Everything's math in the universe, everything, period. So even the formula, how I got here tonight was math. How I met you, how you told me to come, how you call me just in the right time, it's all math. It's formulas being created at all times, and the formulas have to find another formula that's gonna complete that formula to make a new formula. The formulas have to find another formula. So when you say, I hate my job, okay? You say, man, I hate my job, I hate working there. Well, you created this formula, x, y, in the parentheses, m minus x. So now you're writing this formula you created about you hate your job. Well, the universe works out the law of attraction, not thoughts, but thoughts are also mathematical 0 and 1 expressions. So when you say, I hate my job, and you tell the universe that, you created this specific formula for you that says, I hate my job. And then your universe the only way the universe can stay equal and not fall off the axis is to find other things that are going to help build that formula, The only way the universe can stay rotating on that 44 degrees longitude, perfectly spinning on the axis without the Earth falling off the grid, is for it to keep balancing out itself, which is us that live on the Earth.
Right.
So when you say something and that binary code goes out that I call the formula, the universe it always keeps finding new math to build to that formula that you created. So the universe says, okay, hit your job, well, I'm gonna make you hate it more. They don't understand emotion and sarcasm. It doesn't understand that you really don't mean you don't want to make it. I hate my job a lot. Okay, so then you start seeing more shit in your job. Your desk breaks when it wasn't gonna break. Shit smells bad. You go in the kitchen, da da da. That one guy used to be your homie. His fucking girl's breaking room now. You guys get in conflict when you've been cool with him on your job for 9 months. So all these other mediating factors that weren't there before, since you put a timestamp and said, I hate my job. Now your mediating factors are only going to contribute to that because we're all math, and the formula has to keep building. Then that formula stops, and then you build a new formula. Me and you built a formula since yesterday, and we don't know how this formula is going to come out, depending how we want it to come out. Whatever our thoughts and whatever relationship we build, is how that formula is going to keep. The mathematicians, when they write sentences and they're on the board, so they cover the whole board, look, and they never finish. They've been on the same formula for 20 years, they're trying to figure out how to make the law of gravity, and they're still building that formula. That's what I'm talking about.
So do you believe in speaking things into existence?
Yeah, but I told you why.
Right, I know.
You're not speaking in existence. Whatever you speak, you're creating a new formula. And the only way the universe stays on a balance is to only find things that contribute to that formula that you created. So the formula is making it come into existence off of you creating the formula. So you can stop and recreate the formula. I love my job. Lie. My job's the best job ever. Me and my boss get along hella good. We go out to eat every night and drink. You make a whole fake lie up. Now you created that formula, and the mediating factors are only going to contribute to that formula. It's that simple. It's not fucking magic.
I think a lot of people listening might think you crazy, but I don't know.
So look, now a lot of people won't, because a lot of people think I'm crazy. They're going to reference with their dad or their uncle or their cousin or their best friend, and they know this shit. You have to be on a certain level to know this type of shit. So look, back on the sea lions, I'll finish that one real quick. So the sea lions, I'm sitting there now, I'm analyzing. So I say, you know what? The only way for me to maybe get them to fucking avatar with me is to do what they do with the scientists when they have the disc that's in the space right now. They put Mozart in there, the law of mathematics, because everything in space is math. How they know how the distance between planets is all math. They put certain stuff in there that symbolizes Earth and how we came to this part. So they put music in there too. The music is a universal law. You can hear solar system and stuff. You can hear sounds in space. From light and bending frequencies have sound, and light waves have sound to them. So look, it's just not on the level of your human ear, but when you start hearing it on bigger machines, you can hear the sound and light and frequencies. So Trip, I'm like, well, let me do an easy tune that's like a universal earthly tune. So I went, so in my brain, I'm like, what's a real earthly, like almost like row, row, row your boat? These are earthly, so a easy cadence. So I said in my brain, boom, 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 boom. I really got that from that movie, First Count, what's it called? Encounters of the First Kind, the original UFO movie, third.
I've heard of it.
First Counters, whatever.
Yeah.
And the aliens come down, they have lights in their ship, and they do the universal code for the humans, and their light goes boom, 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 boom. They can't talk, but they can talk through, they know what we use, the regular note. Boom, 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 boom. That's a standard fucking protocol note. You learn how to play guitar, you're gonna learn that 3 first. Boom, 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 and then down. Boom, boom, boom. So I did the call, the scene lines, and I went, ooh, 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 ooh. But before that, I split my brain into fighting people since I was young. So it's always, and one guy's watching him, one guy's watching her, one guy's watching you, one guy's listening outside, one guy's on this podcast, and they're all reporting back to me. And I call them guys, but really they're not. They're part of my brain just broke up into, and their part is to process and bring it back. And before I started doing that, I watched the fucking Terminator. I mean, after Terminator, I seen when Terminator walked in the room, he was scanning, analyzing everybody, and then getting information. I said, damn, I've been doing that, and I'm not the robot. But you are a robot. If you think that you're a robot, you can act like a robot. That's the key point, because we're sicker than any phone. We're sicker than any calculator. Human brain is sicker than anything. So you are the robot. You're way sicker than the robot. But we let the robot, we let the robot get sicker, but you're sicker than her. You gotta remember that. Then you become the Matrix human. So Trip. So it seems like I go, well, before that, my other brain was analyzing, and my other brain told me, it said, hey, Richmond, every about 7 minutes, they go dead silent, like this. And then they start their dumbass, one guy over there, one guy over there, one guy over there. And then but before that, actually the OG dude, when I first got there, he saw my light. He jumped into the water and he woke all the fools up and he said, wake up, there's some guys over there, I don't like him. So he woke them all up, he fought one, and he's waking them all up. And then as I was telling her, look what he's doing, he's checking them. Then he saw that I was aware and I was conscious, so he went back to his barge and he was good. The OG security. And then he brought his boy out, he told his boy what's going on, they swam, they did a little sweep and they went back and we never seen him again. Then my brain started telling me, Richmond, every 7 minutes around there, 7, 6, 5 minutes, it goes dead silent. So I told her that. I said, fuck, these motherfuckers ain't got no brain, they have no rhythmic, they're not talking to each other. You got miscellaneous ones just doing some fucking weird ass call. And then I said, every 6 minutes, the only consistency I see every 6 minutes is they go dead silent. Like this. And then it goes again, and then over there, just retarded, no sign, no structure. So I said, okay, so I waited for that dead silence, right? And then I went, twice in a row. And you know what happened after about 4 seconds? One of the sea lions responded. Not exactly, but enough. She was like, oh my God, you see that? He responded. He went, not exactly, but enough to know we know it meant me. So we waited for it again. Now we get the 2 people over there. Now they're on us, the white couple, young couple. They're like, okay, and then they move over close to us, like, damn near where they too are. I'm telling them what I'm doing, like, yeah, man. They're like, yeah. They didn't hear the repeat, but they saw me, I said, yeah, man, analyze motherfuckers ain't got no brain. And then he was kind of mad that I was talking shit about him like that. I said, man, don't take it personal. I'm just saying, I love animals, but I never knew that they had no kind of consciousness. That's why we took them. Remember, humans, we have a conscious. We're doing more than just looking for food and water. We're trying to build stuff. Art and all that shit. Some animals just have that, like you said, this innate thing of look for the food, die, and fuck. That's it. How you just said they don't have no doubt, they just food fucking live. So I was like, fuck, they can't. So I said, bro, but look, man, they responded to me, dude. He's like, yeah, do it again. I said, well, you gotta wait for the silence. So I thought I had a silence, I did it didn't work. Then that real silence came on. I did it, and I went over there, responded back again, and I missed it, so I'm talking to him. He's like, man, you responded back here. I'm like, I literally say, man, you did it. So we did it again. I think we repeated twice or maybe 3 times. More people came over, I bounced. I'm done with that sequence. Everything to me is a quick sequence of analyzing it, science, and I never forget. And so when you're a kid, before you're 7 years old, kids build schematics in their brain columns. So at first, a kid thinks that horse or that Libra or that horse, that zebra or that camel are all whatever, and they don't know the name yet. You start telling them, no, son, that's not a horse, that's a zebra. No, that's not a zebra, that's a camel. And as you're telling the kid, that's not a crane, that's a who, it's an engine, that's a hoist. As you're telling the kid, that's not that, that's actually this, specifically this, the kid built a brand new column. So kids before 7, they have 1,000 columns of everything. That's not a hat, that's a black hat, that's a red hat, that's a white hat. And they'll build a column for a red, we don't do that, we look at those are hats, right? That's a black, red, but you don't build a column for that. Well, kids, until they get 7, then after 7, you start squeezing these columns together, synthesizing them, telling them, fusing them together. I learned, for me, I never put them together. All my columns are still open. Why? Because when I was young, my dad was a recon ranger platoon sergeant in the Marines, real shit. His picture, he's a gung-ho big, he has the 30 people in the stadium, it's his whole squad is a platoon sergeant, you know, platoon at 64, whatever. He was a sergeant of the whole platoon, so my day said, when you go to restaurants, Richmond, keep your back to the door, make sure you always see the door, never put your back to the front entrance. He was always on something's gonna happen shit, Marine, recon ranger, think first, act first, think later, gangster shit. So he raised me to be always super aware, so I said, let me advance this. So to my brain, look at him, look at her, look at him. So I start to my brain, your job is to see everything going on. So then that's how I started the whole breaking my brain up to segments. And then now it's reporting back to me, okay, he's still sitting there, he's cool. She just did something on her phone. The noise outside, stay focused on the interview, get it? So I've been doing that since I was like 13, 14, because my dad inspired the whole of being super aware. Everything comes from somewhere. Nothing's magic, everything's inspired for something else. Everything you're into is inspired for something else that if we go back to your life, we would see why you're here now, you built this and all this. You know, it's not, you might think it just happened last year, but it really goes way back from what your parents instilled to what you thought was some serious shit, and now you invented your own tweak on it. You get it? Your dad could have just been a car salesman, but he loved 1,000 types of cars, and that made you like art because his art was looking at all these cars, and you transpired into your own kind of art, which was art. You get what I'm saying? Right. So everything overlaps in some kind of way. So fucking yeah. So I mean, what do you want?
I want not. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I know. So when did you become an artist, or when did you make music for the first time?
Okay. So music for the first time. 17. I'm hanging out with my boy Brian on the good side of town. We lived in Blossom Hill and Snail. This is when
San Jose.
This is when San Jose was good. This is when I went to Oak Grove when we were the highest.
You went to Oak Grove?
When we were the highest academically. What's that one?
Bellarmine. Harker.
Fuck Bellarmine.
Harker.
Fuck Bellarmine. Fuck St. Francis. We're Oak Grove Eagles. Out of all the public schools, we weren't even called the East Side. We were the South Side. Now people say you went to Oak Grove. Oh, you live on the East Side. That's it. People call it the East Side now. Willow Glen, Los Gatos area. That's really the South Side. But now it's so bad it's called the East Side because really they were in line because it's in the East Side school, using high school district. But it's really not the East Side. It's still the South Side. East Side starts up Capitol Expressway after you pass McLaughlin, that fucking stoplight, and you go over the 101 bridge, that starts the East Side. You know what I'm saying? Anything over there is all South Side. People don't know. You gotta know technicalities on your borders.
So what's the dub?
The dub is Willow Glen. The dub
South
is
Central.
No, because
South Central San Jose. On a map.
well, you know what? It is technically because if you go down the street, if you go through these walls, east south, you run into Seven Trees.
Right.
Seven Trees is hard South Side, but no, Seven Trees really beginning South. Seven Trees is its own world. And I remember when the Crips weren't even Crips; they were green rags. The real Seven Trees gangsters. They were known. You had to be a genius and get straight A's to be in their clique. Old school gangbangers, they didn't want no dummies. They didn't want no docile fucking followers. All the Crips and Bloods, like when I lived in LA, them Crip niggas I knew and Blood niggas and shit, are exceptionally smart. They were so smarter than me coming out the hood in Compton and shit. I didn't want to come out of my room, so I was balling, selling hella drugs and a hella bitches out. I was in a Magnolia in North Hollywood in Studio City where the ballers lived. All the stripper bitches, the coke rock stars. That's where I was living in Studio City. I had my own apartment, $1,700 a month, way back in the day. I had a 1-bedroom, but I needed help paying, so I moved these dudes in, and they gave me like $600, $500 a month to sell drugs at my house, and to me to sell drugs in this period 3 to 4 hours a day. Because in LA you can have all the traffic you want because everybody has so many friends, entertainers, rockers, rappers, singers, whatever.
Selling the white? What were you selling?
I was selling everything. They were selling just weed, straight weed. It wasn't even that good weed. I started giving my weed to my cousin, been growing weed for over 15 years in Berkeley, the highest grade Jack. And they used to call it Kush. Like, it's not Kush, it's just Jack, bro. But LA never had no weed. That's why I remember Snoop Dogg back day. Snoop Dogg would say smoking on that good stress. That's what they were smoking on. I brought the real Bay dope. See, we're 4,000.
Did Snoop Dogg ever smoke your weed?
I don't know. I mean, you know he did, because I went on a minor tour And I opened up one night, and we went that night ended with Snoop and his band, and that's when he brought his dad, and his dad was a drunk, and then his whole room got raided, and they kicked in his room in the hotel, and they stole all the studio equipment and everything. But so I used to bring the pounds from out here and sell it out there, 25 a gram all the way up, no motherfucking love. 140 a quarter, 240 a half, 460 a zip, no love, because they kept saying it's just Kush. It's not Kush, bro. It's high grade Jack. All right, fuck it, it's Kush, whatever you guys want to make it. But in LA, you can have all the traffic you want. Everybody has thousands of friends. Your house don't get hot. You can have your door open 100 times. Everybody has hella friends. It's the art district, Studio City. So that's why I was able to tell me that you can grind out here these 3-4 hours a day, whatever. But anyways, back on the
when you made your first song.
So my first song was my first song was she should have sucked it, then she could have kicked it. Caution, 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 bitch. Yup, and I'm an infinite. Caution, caution,
Were you
caution,
in San
bitch.
Jose or in LA?
You should have sucked it, then we could have kicked it. What's your sign, bitch? I'm a Scorpio. No wonder why you so
Scorpio?
nasty. No wonder why you so nasty, bitch. I don't really know. I know one thing, your cherry's finna get popped. You thought it not, but my stuff's hot like rock. I'm smashing, ripping it up like a paper mache. Then the flow, bitch, keep your nerves calm. Why'd you lie? Why'd you have to lie to kick it? That's your mistake. I'm hitting it like an earthquake. I bet you feel like a cheap slut. Why? Cause I'm up in these fucking guts. What's the moral? Moral to this fucking story? You should have sucked it. Then you should have sucked it. Then you might have not aborted, baby. Caution, 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 bitch. She should have sucked it. Then she could have kicked it. So I come from the generation where we running this shit. Why? Because all these girls want to hang out with the sick dude, the baller dude. The dude got your shit in the fly whip, right? Well, my clique, we're the first clique that sounds like we all had baller whips. We were a baller gang. Some were Crips, some were Bloods. We all came together for money. So when I told a chick you want to be around me, this fly nigga, Playboy Rich, most names Playboy. Any OG in Sounds like 35 years or older. Any of your uncles, whatever, all the OGs, they know Playboy Rich. I'm Playboy Rich, the first original rapper who blew up 5,000 copies sold in '98. From here to Sacramento, Frisco, they're playing my shit on the radio, on the buses. So, anyways, back in the day, when I came out with that song for, it was like, most of my songs, I wake up at 2 in the morning. Like, I wake up out of bed, and this whole song's in my head. I'll write it and go back to sleep. My shit, the best time is when you go when you're asleep, you go in different dimensions. Your spirit leaves and go different places. Like, if you want to ask, if you have a problem with something in life, you want to find out the answer. Right before you're about to go to sleep, you tell the earth, hey, I need to go to a class about this. And then they'll bring you to the spirit class where other people are there too that are asleep. And then you have a spiritual guru and he can teach you that shit. It gets deep, man. I'm telling you, it's way deeper than you understand. But look, like my stepmom, I'm gonna give you some credit over like my Sanaa Lathan is one of the highest paid black actresses, 11 basketball, Alien vs. Predator. She has TV shows out. Sanaa Lathan's mom is my dad's wife, Eleanor McCoy. She invented Sesame Street. Sanaa Lathan's dad is Stan Lathan. If you look on Sesame Street, for all the white people listening and ask your parents, you look at and it says executive producer, it says Stan Lathan, one of the biggest movie directors from Hollywood. He's black. And his wife was Eleanor McCoy, a black lady, which my dad's been in 15 movies. He was an actor, and he married her. He never became big, but he married the celebrity's mom. He got there without getting there, right? So Sanaa Lathan's mom was the holistic guru of the United States. She's a known celebrity, and she was feeding me all the law of attraction and all that shit before it even came out. She was feeding me those CDs way before anybody. Richmond is all the earth. The more you believe in the earth, everything will transpire. You don't have to worry about shit. Fuck a budget. Fuck all that. The more you believe in the earth takes care of you. So anyways, back on that song, why I made that song was because in '96 or '97, this women's independence started. Brandy and Monica, it was all get to know me first, stop trying to fuck, get to know me first, all these anthems came out. Maya, Brandy, and Monica were all, well, Maya came out later, but Brandy and Monica were the two biggest young black R&B artists, and it was all get to know us, get to know us, get to know us, get to Salt and Pepper. I don't want no scrub. This was that year. Scrub came out, I don't want no scrub. Wait till you in your boy's car. How many niggas I had with? How many niggas didn't have no car? It was offensive so I had to make something to lash back at the women because it was fucked up. How about your friend that was in your car that had no job? Yeah, I mean my fly whip, my 74 Challenger 440 Demon, my 67 Scarlark, my 74 Speed Camaro. I mean my baller whips. But how about my boy that don't got no money? He don't sell drugs. He don't got no money. And now you talking shit. I don't want no scrub. Or the other one, Missy Elliott, 2 Minute Man. I don't want no 2 Minute Man. How about niggas that are 2 Minute Men? So they're making a lot of these offensive songs bashing dudes on the radio, and I had enough of it, my nigga. So what I did was made the song, caution, 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 bitch. You should have sucked it, then you could have, because why? Because the girl gets in my car and most girls don't got no motherfucking money, no job. You're smoking all my motherfucking weed. You're doing all my motherfucking jobs. I'm driving you around all fucking day and all you doing is sitting there playing your nails, putting your little makeup on and shit. Being a girl, keep opening your little compact, putting your fucking makeup on while you sucking up all my resources. That's like your little fucking brother's friend moving in. Think about this. Visualize I talk to you. Your little brother's friend moves into your house today with no job and shit, right? Your little brother ain't got no motherfucking job. He's 16, right? No, say he's 17 and you're 20, 18. And his friend is moving in because we felt sorry for him. He don't have a dad. His dad is in jail or alcoholic or died. His mom's a fucking druggie on crystal. Let's do a white person story. Mom's on drugs, crystal. Dad's never been around, right? And look, and he lives down the street. His mom has to sell the house. She goes and move with auntie somewhere in Kentucky. The little white kid don't want to move to Kentucky. He wants to stay in the dub. And that's your brother's best friend. So he moves in here, right? And you're 20 and he's about 17, turning 18. He's just old enough to rock with you, right? Now you and your little brother don't have the same things, but his friend loves to do art and all this draw, right? And now his friend's hanging out with you all day in here. You don't have the money, smoking all your motherfucking weed up, don't want to get a job. At one point you're like, man, you need to get a job, right? Same shit. So now it's the guy-girl aspect. Girl leeching off you all day. But then they want to fucking, so then all the songs on the radio coming out, and now it's changing girls. So now these girls been leeching off us who had it on point. And now these songs is making them say, fuck you. So I'm like, you know what? Matter of fact, fuck you. I pick you up in my baller whip. It's Friday. I pick you up to take you out to go out on a date. I got all the weed, all the drugs. I'm paying for the date. Bitch, at least you could do is suck my dick. At least. You get it? Because if you were the right type of woman that had ambition, you would have your own job. You wouldn't be hanging around with drug dealers. My bad. You'd have your own job. You wouldn't be hanging around with drug dealers. You'd be going to college somewhere, junior college or whatever. You wouldn't be in the street life. So now you're in the street life and this shit that I'm dying, I risk my life to go to jail for, you're sucking up my resources and this shit is real. So that's why I made whatever I saw that was on the radio, that theme, I'd make a song to bash counter it. That's a Scorpio shit. You know what Scorpio is?
Scorpio, bro. What's your birthday?
Halloween, man.
Oh, okay.
I can see where somebody died in the house, the ghost talking. I'm really out there. But yeah, so I'm saying this conversation go for 20 hours. Nah, your house is cool. I mean, after you said, but right now I'm seeing more people's. I'm like I seen your you got a woman too. She wears skirts a lot. I'm seeing people's so you have guardian angels versus spiritual guides. Your guardian angel is the one that he's like your appointed lawyer. So like if you're fucking up in your life, but you're a good person. Like the road that I went, I was raised to be a fucking square my whole life, super square. My stepmom wouldn't even let me go out. My other stepmom wouldn't let me go out during summertime. No, it's for other kids, Richmond, you're different. She'd make mathematical problems, maybe read 8 books a week, little small, little, little books. And she read me super square. And when I got into weed, and the weed, like my dad always told me, that's a gateway drug. And weed got me into other drugs now. And then my family was always hustlers first. My dad was always he was a real estate mogul, making 300 racks a year. And I was a black family living on the south side. We're the only black family in San Jose that had that 1989 Aqua Green C280 Mercedes. Aqua Green, 4-door. Nigga, we were balling. We were like the fucking Huxtables. My stepmom, my dad, we were in magazines as a black family, putting me these magazines. They had us on the front cover and shit. But my dad's family was actually, they're really hood. But my dad was the one that made it out. The OG Jews.
Through the military?
No, through the fucking real estate. The Jews taught my dad real estate. The Jews said Richmond, he's a senior, I'm junior, you want to make some money, learn this real estate.
Right.
So the Jews put my dad on in 89, 88, and he started balling out that real estate. We bought that house, right? At Oak Grove, it says Coy Park. There's the big ass park. Those brand new houses right there, there was 34 built. We lived in there when they're brand new. We're the first people. Those houses were 300 racks. We moved in brand new, nobody lived there, brand new, balling niggas on the block. You feel me? No black in the whole neighborhood, we're there. Like, My dad's balling off the real estate. He'll end up owning 13 homes. But his whole family was hood from the ghetto, from Fillmore. But he wouldn't let me around all my cousins until I got older and I started hanging out and I had my own whip. But my stepmom would isolate me from my dad's family because they were all gangster shit. But before that generation, my great auntie, my great uncle, they changed the laws in San Jose and they were actually all political in the system. My great auntie was the head district attorney of the United States, his personal assistant. She told me all the mafia and FBI stories. When the Irish KKK tried to come kill her on 101 and 33rd Street in the middle of the daytime, they surrounded her house. The mafia missions in Alaska. So she's the one that taught me a lot more about other shit, protection, turning your third eye on, just crazy shit. So shit, I'm allowed this. Because you see, when you're on a certain level, everybody knows the same shit. You don't understand that. When you get to a certain level, the Muslims, everybody around the world, they know the same shit. You got to be on that level to know that, to know that climate of talk.
Right.
Instead of what restaurants around the corner.
Right.
This is a different whole climate up here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like Jesus' tomb, let's get on Jesus from. Jesus' tomb is guarded by the Greek Orthodox, the Russians, the Muslims, and the Catholics all at the same time. They guard it 24 hours a day. All the religions together. There's no Muslim war going on. That's what they tell us, make us think. Jesus' tomb, where he's supposed to rose from the tomb, Easter shit, it's guarded by the Muslims, the Russians, and the Catholics right now. They got guards out there, 24 hours a day guarding the tomb, all together as one. That's why the new Jesuit priest, who just became the new pope, he's Jesuit. Jesuits are known for being unorthodox. They're the C variable. They're the ones nobody likes. They do what the fuck they want. They're mafia. They smoke cigarettes and shit. They're Jesuits. They always get in trouble. When they go in the hood, they don't go in the hood to change it. They go in the hood to kick it with them, let the hood see if the hood wants to change. Right. Jesuits don't try to change you. They just hang out with you and show you what God is and let you make the decision. So the Jesuit, the new pope that just came 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they're mad because he's in power. The first time they ever had a Jesuit pope for the world, and he's already trying to make all the religions come together. He was already having talks with the Muslim leader and all them. Fuck all this separation. You know we're all the same shit. Come together and let's help out the world because the dark side is doing a good job right now for all of us. And dark don't mean bad. I'm just saying there's a dark side and a light side. There is no good and bad. It's just there's dark. Dark is going against you. Light is going for you. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So. Anyways, fucking, what do you want to do? I
think we're about to wrap it up right here.
Bad,
No, this is a PMO podcast. just like real quick before we get out. It's a PMO podcast, so put on our audience to a couple rappers that you think that they should listen to. Maybe 3 of your favorite.
So, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I'm going to be honest with you because I'm always honest. Like Snoop Dogg, I did an internship at the sickest studio ever. And Snoop Dogg, what happened was when I graduated from Los Angeles Recording Workshop in 1999, let's tell that story real quick. I'm going to tell you how the industry fell out. So in 1999, this when all the internet was coming out in 2000. And really, internet's been out since '94, but the public didn't know until '99. So the internet was fully blown now, and motherfucking Napster created this software, free downloading, going in there and stealing songs, right? The industry was making all the money off of CD sales. So all the record labels closed down in the whole LA except Interscope. Interscope was the only one left open. And so Napster hit, and when I graduated from Los Angeles Recording as an engineer, that year, that was at 2000, right when I graduated, I'm ready to go. I got an internship at the dope ass studio, then Napster hits. Everything shuts down, everybody's broke. So anyways, at that studio...
Except for Jimmy Iovine, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he has artists forever that he can put them on tour. Remember, tour money is the only money besides CD money. It's either tour money or CD money. You don't get money no other kind of way. Tour or CD. You're either on tour or CD. Now it's digital downloads. If you're on iTunes, when you get when you're on iTunes, you get so many downloads, then they start paying you money. Even though the downloads are free, they start paying you like you're helping with their marketing, just like the Instagram shit. So, anyways, Snoop Dogg, you talked about. I mean, you asked me what 3 artists and all that shit. I'm not here to tell you what artists, because I'm gonna tell you how to make yourself. I'll tell you how to make yourself be like, because there's a certain format you got to do. A mixtape is you put every genre on there and you give it out for free. So you make this mixtape. You have a couple player songs, couple club songs, couple pimp songs, couple R&B I love you songs, and then so you put out like 200, 300, 400, or 1,000 copies for free in your city, and you ask everybody what track they like the most, and then whatever track they like the most, then you make a whole album with just that genre. You got to get one pie at a time. You can't bake a half. Then people don't bake an apple pie and a lemon meringue pie in the same oven. She bakes the lemon meringue pie and takes that and bakes apple pie. There's no such thing as a half apple, half. There's no such thing as half pies, right? It's one pie at a time. So people have it all wrong. The Barry don't know, because you have to be in the real labels. Like when I lived in LA, they teach you this format. And when real people come on real labels, you see they're on that format. When Young Jeezy came out with that drug dealing album, the whole album was about selling drugs, dying next. There was no pimp songs, no player, no club. Every song was drug dealing, drug dealing, drug dealing. When Little Snowman, when Little T.I. came out with a song, every song was I'm the little man but I can fight the biggest man. Every track. When Mike Jones came out, I'm Mike Jones who? First you didn't know me, now you know me. The whole album was about first you didn't know me, now you know me. When Be Legit came out with the smoking weed song, whatever your cover is, has to be the inside of your whole album. You can't trick people, the consumer. The consumer might be a real pothead, smokes 100 times a day. He sees your dope ass weed cover, oh damn, it's by hella dope weed tracks probably on here. And he opens up, you got some player songs. No, if it's a weed, if it's a cover, the whole pie. When you eat the pie, when you have cereal, right? If it's Cocoa Puffs, you can't pour it in. There's some fucking crap.
I've done that.
No, I'm saying.
I mix my cereal.
No, I'm saying when you buy a box of Cocoa Puffs, when you pay for that box, and you pour it in your bowl, Captain Crunch can't come out. Now, you might have mixed some Captain Crunch, but if you bought Cocoa Puffs, you expect every motherfucking time you pour that
to be Cocoa Puffs.
So that's the same thing as music and genre and shit.
Stick to Cocoa Puff.
Exactly.
Appreciate
So
you for
yeah,
the game, bro.
Fast Rich. My IG is FastRich190. FASTRICH190. My Snapchat is what's for dinner.